Hello, good day. Welcome back to our Techno class. It's me once again, your teacher Joy. This time, you are going to learn the variability in statistics. Do you have anything in mind about the variability? So if none, let's find out. For the objectives today, first, illustrate the different types of variability in statistics. Second, compute for the measures of variability of the dataset. And third, describe and interpret the data using the standard deviation. Variability is also known as spread or dispersion of the data values in the given dataset, but in short, this refers to how spread out a set of data is. Variability gives you a way to describe how much data sets vary and allows you to use statistics to compare your data to other set of data. We have four main ways to describe the variability in a data set, which are standard deviation, range, interquartile range, and also the variance. Okay, so I know that you are already familiar with the range because it's simply the difference between the highest and lowest value in the data set. Then we have also the interquartile range. Okay, so this is the middle 50 in the data set. Okay, so you get the difference between the third quartile and the first quartile of the measures of position. And we have also the variance. It tells how spread your data is. A small number for the variance means your data set is highly clustered together, and a large number means the values are more spread apart. And last, we have the standard deviation. Okay, so it tells how tightly your data is clustered around the mean, so which is also called as the average. A small standard deviation indicates that your data is tightly clustered. You will also have a taller bell curve. Okay, a large standard deviation tells you that your data is more spread out. To further discuss the variability of the data set, so here are the examples. Okay, for the range, you simply subtract the highest to the lowest score of the data set. For instance, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 8, 7, 5, 6, and 3. You pick the highest, which is 10, and the lowest, which is equal to 2. So our range is equal to 8. For the interquartile range, you get the difference between the third quartile and the first quartile. We all know that the first quartile is found at the middle value of the lower half of the data set, while the third quartile is the median of the upper half. Using the same data, you have to arrange them from lowest to highest, for which the first quartile is 3 and the third quartile is 7. So our interquartile range is equal to 4. Using the box plot or whisker plot, okay, so this diagram gives us a visual representation to the distribution of the data, highlighting where the most values lie and those values that greatly differ from the norm called outliers. Okay, the box plot is also referred to as box and whisker plot or box and whisker diagram. Okay, so the outliers or the extremely high values are found in this place, while the extremely low outliers are found below the first quartile. And for the variance, you simply get the summation of the square of the difference between the mean and the raw score, okay, all over the number of population. And the standard deviation is equal to the square root of the variance. And using the illustration, we will be able to describe the variability of the scores of 10 students based on the table with scores 4, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9, 1, 1, 0, 1. And by looking at the scatter graph, the scores are dispersed and not closer to one another. While in this example, using the scatter diagram, the scores are tied or clustered between 6 to 8. Okay? And now let me show you on how you will be able to get the variance of the data set. Okay, so in this example, we have a table containing the scores of 10 students. We have 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 6, and 7. Okay, so we need to follow these steps to be able to come up or obtain the correct answer. First, get the mean score by adding all the raw scores of 10 students. Okay, so you simply add all the scores and then divide the sum by 10. So we have 6.9 as the mean value of the data set. Second, subtract the mean score to each row score. Okay, by doing the operation of the second step, you have to insert another column for the difference between the mean and the row score. Okay, so 6.9 minus 6 is equal to 0.9. 6.9 minus 7 is equal to negative 0.1. 6.9 minus 7 is equal to negative 0.1. 6.9 minus 7 is equal to negative 0.1. 6.9 minus 8 is equal to negative 1.1. 6.9 minus 6 is equal to 0.9. 6.9 minus 7 is equal to negative 0.1. 6.9 minus 8 is equal to negative 1.1. 6.9 minus 6 is equal to 0.9. And the last, 6.9 minus 7 is equal to negative 0.1. For the third step, you have to sum up all the squares of the difference between the mean and the row score, that is equal to 4.09. Okay, insert another table for the third step. Okay, so we have to square the difference of each row. Okay, so we have 0.81, 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, 1.21, 0.81, 0.01, 1.21, 0.81, and 0.01. And for the next step, you have to divide 4.09 to the number of data, that is 4.09 divided by 10, which is equal to 0.409. For the standard deviation, you simply get the square root of the variance, okay? Since the computed variance is equal to 0.409, so our standard deviation is 0.63 using the same data. Okay, in statistics, the standard deviation is a measure of the amount of variation or dispersion of a set of values. A low standard deviation indicates that the values tend to be close to the mean, which is also called as expected value of the set, while a high standard deviation indicates that the values are spread out over a wider range. The resulting value is a non-negative and it has the same value or unit as the given data. Thus, if the computed standard deviation is closer to 0, then the students possibly have a common understanding about the test or examination. Now, using learning task number 1, let me check your understanding on how you will be able to find or look for the variability of each of the following. Okay, you have to solve for the range and interquartile range. Okay, first, a student recorded her scores on weekly math quizzes with a 10-item assessment test. His scores were as follows: 7, 5, 5, 6, 8, 5, 9, 7, 9, 9, 6, 8, 6, 6, 7, 8, 5, 7, 6, 7, 7, 5, 6, 9, and 8. Number 2, a group of students surveys on the benefits of video lessons to learning the essential topics in mathematics in grade 10 students. And the ratings are given as follows: 90, 50, 70, 80, 70, 60, 70, 60, 80, 90, and 70. 3. The sales in Philippine peso of the school cooperative for a week are given as follows. Okay, for Monday, we have 1,560, Tuesday, 1,560, Wednesday, 1,555, Thursday, 1,350, Friday, 1,351, Saturday, 1,060, and Sunday, 1,350. 4. The number of recovered 14 COVID-19 patients in Calamba City based on their ages. Okay, so we have 45, 83, 39, 65, 75, 46, 45, 54, 16, 36, 31, 39, 30, and 92. 5. Anthony humbly agrees to show his final grades in 6 subjects for the second semester. Okay, so the grades are given as follows: 80, 80, 80, 86, 80, and 80. Okay, next for the learning task number 2. Show the data distribution using the Whisker plot box. Okay, using the same question for numbers 1 to 5. For learning task number 3, okay, so this table contains the COVID patients and their ages. Okay, so number of recovered COVID-19 patients in Calamba City based on their ages, compute for the variance and standard deviation. Add extra columns if possible and show your complete solutions. And for the last learning task today, contact your 15 classmates and make a survey on their grades in mathematics for the first quarter. Then compute for the standard deviation and interpret the computed value. Okay, so what to do? Gather and tabulate the collected data, show the graphical presentation of the data, and last, interpret the data based on the computed standard deviation. Okay, for the reflection, you have to write the things you have learned today and your insights about the topic. Also, you have to share your difficulties together with your unforgettable experiences in doing the activities. And for substantial information about the topic today, we're all lifted from these references. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching and listening in this Techno class. Don't forget to send in all your answers in any of my accounts, okay? So if you have any questions or clarifications, do not hesitate to call me or message me in this number. Okay, so bye-bye time. So this is your Teacher Joy, your 24/7 public servant. Okay, bye-bye and God bless.